Everybody, how are you? Walking Week Wednesdays, week 3. I'm very excited. 3 weeks of being consistent. I'm telling you, small victories, they're great things. So, yeah, I have to confess, I'm very tired this week. Just a little bit about how I'm doing. I'm very tired. I am somebody who needs me time to recoup. I need some downtime, and it's just been a very busy week, something to do after another. So I'm kind of tired today, but it doesn't take away from the excitement of what I know God is speaking to me in this time, and the excitement for Walking Week Wednesdays to share it. So it's all good stuff. God is moving all of us to new levels, and just being able to live in the journey, experience it, and talk about it is something that re-energizes me in itself. So it pushes me through. So I'm thankful for that. So just a little bit about where I am in my journey this week specifically, well, in this season specifically, is God is calling me into a place of transition that requires me to totally rely and depend on Him. There's nothing I can put my hands in to change it. It's totally out of my hands. It truly is a experience of stepping out of the boat and into the water. Now, I believe I've had similar experiences where God has called me out, but maybe the water wasn't as deep. So as God progresses our faith, I believe He calls us out into deeper waters. So this is the deepest water I've ever gone in, and I believe as my faith grows, the water will get deeper and deeper. But right here, right now, I feel that God is challenging my faith. And that's a hard thing to do, because wherever your faith is challenged, you're always going to feel that stretching, and it's kind of a pain but a good pain, a pain of growth, right? So, in this time of transition where I'm totally relying on God, there are some things that I specifically need from God. And I've been very vague in my prayers, asking, like, for instance, let's just say a new place to live. So God, I'm looking for a place to live. And that's the thing that I've been praying. So I know God has been showing up immensely, sprinkling me with all types of just blessings and nuggets of wisdom, and showing up in the real nooks and crannies of my life, just to show that He is an ever-present God, and He's so personal. And that has really been igniting my faith. But now I've still been praying these vague prayers. God, in this transition, I need a place to live. And I'll share more details as things finalize, but I need a place to live. And that is the prayer that God, I know you're going to provide something that's great. And that's kind of like how my prayer has been going. But in this time, God has been asking me to be specific about what I'm asking for. Oh my gosh, that's like a whole new leap of faith for me. Because being specific means I have to be super vulnerable with myself and with my faith in God. And that gives a lot of room for it to happen and God to be great, which I believe is what He wants to do here. But my fear is that it gives a lot of room for God to say no, and then for it to shake my faith. So that's real, and that's honest, and that's hard for me. So when God asked me to be specific about the things that I'm asking Him for, this was on Sunday. He told me to write it in my journal. This was on Saturday. I put it off Sunday. I put it off Monday. And I kept hearing like the conviction to do this. I'm like, oh, gosh. All right, God, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And like I said, I've been really busy this week, so I've been able to use that as my excuse to do it later. But really, it was my heart and my fear of stepping out this big on faith to really specifically require things of God. And so yesterday morning, I woke up and I just still had the conviction. So I got up and I wrote down these specific things that I'm expecting God for. I'm expecting God for a new place to live. So, but the things that I'm requiring are definitely things that only God can provide. Or the things I'm asking for or desiring are only things that God can provide. So I'm writing down the specifics, and as I write them down, I'm just like, okay, God, they're here, it's down. I know you can do this. So as I was reading His word, I came across a scripture, and I just want to share it with you. It's Matthew 9:28 9, 28, and 29. And just to share it with you, I should have had it open, but give me a second. All right, so in this, Matthew 28, 9 verses 9, this is where Jesus heals the blind men. So I just really want to read you the entire passage, just a few verses. So it starts at 27. It says, and Jesus went on from there. That is when he was healing or raising Jairus' daughter from the dead. He was leaving Jairus' house, and it was saying, as Jesus went on from there, 2 blind men followed him, calling out, have mercy on us, Son of David. When he had gone indoors, the blind men came to him, and he asked them, do you believe that I am able to do this? Yes, Lord, they replied. Then he touched their eyes and said, according to your faith, will it be done to you? And as I was writing down these specific things that God was asking me, all I kept hearing was God in my heart and in my mind saying the same things to me that he asked the 2 blind men, which is, do you believe that I am able to do this? And that kind of stabbed me, like cut me up all in my heart and just in my innermost, because I'm like, God, I know you are able. I know you are willing. So why, if I know you are able and willing, am I so fearful of putting myself out there or putting you out there to walk in that faith and allow you to walk in your ability? So that was just real to me. And I feel, even if I look at the scripture, these 2 blind men, they were following Jesus, crying out to him. How hard is it for these 2 blind men to walk into this territory, cry out to Jesus, and then that to me would show that they have the faith and believe that Jesus can heal them. But yet Jesus is a God of the heart and still looking for teaching moments, turned around and said, do you believe I am able to do this? And so it's like, I can follow Jesus, cry out to him, but do I truly believe that he is able to do the things that I am crying out to him for? So that has been, like I said, this is an ongoing journey that God has me on. And I'm excited about where it is right now, but I have to say that it's cutting me deep just to extend my faith to a place where I can be vulnerable with my faith and put it out there and say, God, this is what I'm believing you for. And I know you are able to do this. Getting to that place of peace to say, God, I know you are able. Because a lot of times when I look at the circumstance of it, it tends to overwhelm the faith. And I have to refocus my eyes back on Jesus to say, no, God, you are able. It's not about the circumstance, but it's about you, Lord, and your ability. So that's just where I'm walking in now. And I have allowed this to even fall into my I am challenge. So if you don't know, we were doing the I am challenge saying who God has called us to be. So it's I am because God is, because we are only who we are because of Christ in us. So last week I had I am fearless because God is in control. And this week I have I believe because God is able. So I believe all these things that I'm believing for because God is able. And also if I just take that because out and say I believe God is able. So that's just 2 things that I'm speaking over myself daily in this time is I believe because God is able, and I believe God is able. So let's walk in that, just knowing that God is able and willing to do the things that we ask for, and that according to our faith, it will be done. So where is our faith right now? Is our faith to a level of the expectation of what we're receiving God for? So I'm believing God for all these specific things that are out of my hands. And if I can believe it, and then I believe I will receive it. Was that cheesy? Because I didn't really mean to put that together like that. But according to your faith, let it be done to you. So I'm excited just to test my faith in this time, put down these specific things, ask God for specifics, seek him harder and further, and truly believe that he is able and willing to do these things. So walking week, I can't wait to just let you all know and just see where this journey is going next week and in the weeks after, because I'm truly excited that God is challenging my faith and convicting me to require and ask more of him. So that means a lot to me that God, and in this time when I'm praying for specifics, God is still showing up in other areas of my life to say that he meets us in the details of our lives. He is personal. I'm not asking him for anything that he doesn't want to do. So that's exciting, and I'm excited for where this is going. Walking Week Wednesdays, let's continue to walk week. allow God to move and challenge our faith and push us to new limits as he continues to grow us and conform us into the image of Christ. So I'm excited about this. Definitely tough, but I'm ready to walk it out with the Lord. So it's all good. Walking Week Wednesdays. I'll see you all next week. Bye.